So the camera angle is too large and the green screen isn't doing shit. You can see my entire collection of Skylanders and my bed at the same angle. Why? Why? A terrifying quantum-locked alien predator from the British sci-fi show Doctor Who, appearing as a stone statue that can only move at incredible speed when so I made that. We got versions 1 through 5. Version 1 is a very basic of the tutorials I used to make it. It doesn't do anything special, and it just kind of does the very, very simple task of move when not being looked at. Version 2 took this very simple concept and allowed it so that it had the ability to actually injure when it was close enough with these little circles that I added. Version 3 is where things start to get sophisticated. Its speed was slightly increased and decreased. It was made a variable to where it could randomly switch up and down. Version 4 is the last version of all the extra ones that I made. The most sophisticated version I made back when I was continuously making new versions. It was given the ability to stand still when being looked at the first time, and then the second time you look at it, it actually starts moving. Everything else that was added to it from the original versions was only added on, which made it even better. No. And version 5 is my holy grail. I made it tonight. It is 12:58. I created this tonight. The other ones a couple years ago, like maybe a year or like a year and a few months. I created this one tonight. My most sophisticated version, as is my masterpiece, my child, my baby. I always wanted to implement this, but I never knew how I would, and after doing a lot of deep diving, I finally found out how to make it. No. There you go. Has the same original attributes as the other models and some new stuff. It now has a sensor at the top of its head that checks if there's something obstructing the view between it and the player, moving if there is and not moving if there isn't. Similar to those coil thingamabobs from Lethal Company. It now has a proximity sensor, so it only pursues the player if they're close enough to it. Like version 3 and 4, it has sensors in its hand so it could kill the player if it gets close enough without being looked at for a long enough period of time. And like version 4, it has a random speed variable, so sometimes it can be slightly slower, sometimes it can be slightly faster. Though there is a bug to where if you spawn multiple, doesn't matter what the random variable is, they're all still the same damn speed. I got the original blueprint for the Weeping Angel code from Dev Squared because they're just on top of everything. If programming is an art, they're Picasso. I don't know if it's one dude running this or a team of people. All I know is that they're brilliant. I got the idea for the line view tracing from this dude called I don't want to dare. I don't want to dare. Mayu. I feel like I just disrespected someone. I was trying to figure out how can I make it so that it scans for the direct view and vision of where the player is looking and if there's an object that is obstructing their vision. And he painted a clear picture. Just use the same thing you use for ray casting bullets. And that worked beautifully. It was a little trial and error because his version of code was a lot different from what I was operating towards, but I got it to work.